Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Creepy Curious. Today we're going to be covering the dark, or should I say Darth truth, behind a character from a famous movie franchise, Star Wars. That's right, we're going to be covering Darth Sidious, otherwise known as Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. Now, for those of you who are not well versed in the Star Wars universe, Emperor Palpatine is a Sith Lord, which means he has strong evil powers. He's so good at it that he manipulated Anakin into becoming his new apprentice, basically throwing Count Dooku under the bus and creating Darth Vader. He was able to take complete control of the Republic by staging the Clone Wars and creating a new era of the galaxy, and now it's called the Empire, and they control everyone, and they kill people. They even created the Death Star that got defeated by Cassian Andor, and then created a new one. Okay, we get it. Palpatine's evil, but here's the kicker. And what if I told you that despite this, Darth Sidious actually hides a much darker presence in the galaxy with real-world ties? Well, let me explain. The real world we live in is no stranger to evil and dark influence. Hell, everyone knows that the original Star Wars was inspired by the Vietnam War. But real-world influence on the Star Wars universe doesn't end there. What if I told you that Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine, was also inspired by a real-life Sith Lord? May 21st, 1960, in the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a baby was delivered by the name of Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer. Despite a promising and impressively high midichlorian count, Jeffrey would turn to the dark side of the Force and become known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, or Milwaukee Monster. How did this happen? As a child, Jeffrey showed a great interest in dead animals, although never going out of his way to kill any. He was fascinated with finding roadkill and dissecting the bodies of these unfortunate creatures. Later on, this fascination with lifeless bodies spread to human males. Along with repressing his homosexuality, it was a perfect recipe to becoming a Sith Lord. Sometimes while attacking his victims, Jeffrey's eyes would glow yellow, which in the Star Wars universe represents a deep connection with the dark side of the Force. Sounds familiar. Now, not only would his eyes glow while committing atrocities, but he had entirely planned out to build a room of sorts, one with a rotating throne made of human skulls. It comes to no surprise, considering his obsession with control and power, that much of Dahmer's murders were actually experiments to create a sort of mindless husk that would follow his every order. Now, if all of that didn't sound crazy enough, here is the final nail in the coffin. It is reported that Jeffrey Dahmer would play Return of the Jedi to get in the mood before killing his victims. What is it about this movie that resonated with him? In my opinion, these facts are much too coincidental. It is not a stretch to suggest that Emperor Palpatine was possibly inspired by the monster that is Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer. Perhaps he wears the yellow eye contacts to mimic the Milwaukee Monster as he gains more and more control over the galaxy. At the end of the day, we can't say anything for certain, but one thing is for certain. Thanks for watching another episode of Creepy Curious, and it's lights out!